Welcome to the first episode of Pistonhearted Talks. This is one show where we will get all your favorite bikers, adventurers all around the world and ask them wacky questions.
Melody इतनी chocolatey क्यों है?
I'm very happy that this being the first episode of 7 episodes of this first season, and I have this legendary biker who I am a big fan of. Let me introduce you, Mr. VIR NAKAI.
Instagram. Pistonhearted. Episode 1.
Welcome VIR to Pistonhearted Talks, and without further ado, let's get on to the first questions, or else I'll just keep talking how cool you are. The first question is, what is the best beer in the world?
The best beer in the world and why? So, any beer that's cold in your fridge right now is the best beer. Really, in this time when no one has any beers, whatever you have is the best beer. If I had to really be heady topper, right? Google it.
I have to Google about this heady topper beer because I seriously don't know what this beer is.
It's beer o'clock on Real Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from the Alchemist Brewery in Vermont, USA. It's a can of Heady Topper.
For a cold ultra, I have one cold ultra left in my fridge. They aren't delivering it. It's my last cold ultra. When I order it and they say they're sending some, it's going to be my only cold ultra. I'm gonna have. That's the best beer you have.
Moving on to the second question. Yeah, it's a biker show, so we should ask some question related to bikes, right? So this is one thing which I myself always wanted to know. So Veer, what's your first bike which you ever rode?
I've been an RX100. I learned how to ride on that motorcycle. It was a friend's brother's motorcycle. Everybody learned how to ride on it. Everybody crashed on it. Everybody did all sorts of stupid things on it. Funnily, I didn't crash on that one. I crashed on another friend's maroon RX100. This was a black RX100. What a beautiful motorcycle. Just it's sad that I don't have one of those in my own garage. It's something I've always wanted. What a fun motorcycle. The RX100, learning to ride in Chandigarh on those like beautiful streets. It was just, it was the best bike ever. After that, it was all my friends, like some 13 of them had Shoguns. So we rode the Shoguns a lot. But again, I never had one. I had to steal someone's or pillion. yeah, pillion.
For sure, it is for sure an amazing bike. So yeah, put a thumbs up if you guys like RX100. The third question for Veer is, have you ever had a crash? I mean, I'm sure we all have had some or the other crash, but what one crash which you remember, and what did it teach you?
All sorts of crashes. I mean, like every little stupid fall makes you learn something. I've had a couple. I was once riding pillion with a friend of mine in the mountains in Morni Hills, just outside Chandigarh, and a deer T-boned us. Sounds bad, sounds terrible, but he came out of the bushes. I'm not going to tell the story. It just doesn't sound right. I had an accident while picking up my sister from school one day. She was giving her 12th boards, I think, and someone walked. All the stories are kind of the same. Like someone like walked into my front wheel, and the lady like jammed herself between the front wheel and my handlebar, and me and Kismet fell, and I fell on the other side of the road, and the bike kind of took off, and a huge kind of crowd collected. And this lady had kind of passed out, I think, on the road, and a crowd collected, and they were vying it as it was my fault. But these two guys showed up and said, we are off-duty cops from the Thana next door, and we saw it wasn't the motorcyclist's fault, and we're going to wait until the rest of the cops come, and we're going to tell them that it wasn't his fault, and he was doing and riding properly, and he was adhering to the rules. Yeah. And it wasn't his fault, and it was the lady's fault, and he shouldn't be held accountable. And they stood with me until like the crowd dissipated and hung out and were until like I called my, there was no cell phone, so Kismet went to the market, called the family showed up, the family went and found out how the lady was doing, but the cops hung out with me and made sure that the story was told the way it was meant to be, and I never got into trouble for it. I mean, the lady got hurt, she got admitted to hospital, she got I think then she was there to meet her husband who had an accident the day before. So they were side by side, but I never met the lady. The family did, and what's the story I learned from it? There are good people around, dude. Just don't be an ass.
It's funny when I listen to this part of yours where cops tried to save you. There's once when I was actually I actually got into a crash, and this cop told me that if you are on a bike and you crashed into a guy who was walking, it's your mistake. If you are on a bike, if you are in a bike and a car crashes into you, then the car is a mistake. If you are in a car and the truck crashes into it, then the truck is a mistake. So it goes on like that. Bruh. But it's true. There are good people in this world. Don't be an ass, or don't be an oil can. This one question which I'm going to ask Veer is going to make a lot of people happy, because I'm sure you all go to his Instagram or wherever you meet him, you keep asking him about this question. So I'm putting it on an interview so that he cannot run away from this question. Maintenance tip for your hair.
That's a good question. I've never answered it. I will answer it now. So you take your shampoo and you put it on the tips of your fingers and you think what?
Put shampoo on your fingertip, okay? That's what I'm going to start. I used to actually put it on my palm and then scrub it like that and then but now I know that you have to put it on your fingertip and then you have to go through it. Thanks a lot, Veer. Thanks a lot. It's gonna help.
What dumbass question. Have a shower, yeah? Come back from a ride, have a shower. That's a great maintenance tip. That's about all. That's all I do.
Final question of this episode to Veer. What are black holes?
What the hell are these questions? What are black holes? I'm not a scientist. I'm not even part of Starfleet. So I'm just a motorcyclist and don't see any black holes. I hope. I mean,
That was one fun episode with Mr. Legendary Biker VIR NAKAI. Thanks a lot for coming on my show and sending me this video. Be careful, everyone. Be safe. We will come back with the second episode of Pistonhearted Talks with another biker, and his name is Ogden Fernandez. Motorcycle news. So today I was going through motorcycle news and I came across that Kawasaki is actually testing. They have actually begun testing their drone, which has 3 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R engines and 8 electronic engines. Imagine that drone. I mean, I have a picture of it. This is that drone. Imagine this drone can lift 200 kgs of cargo and go up to 100 kilometers of range. I mean, it's still in the testing phase, but in the second episode we will also have a feature for you viewers. So to get featured on Pistonhearted Talks, you guys have to put a post on Instagram hashtagging PHT Pistonhearted Talks. There'll be a segment where I share the best pictures or might be the funny pictures on this segment. The last segment of this show is going to be the quote of the day. So as this is the first episode, the quote of the day is, all the piston hearts out there, don't be an oil can. Chagawat.
Is that it, Mr. Pistonhead? Pistonhead. I called you Pistonhead. Pistonhearted. Okay, cool. That's a wrap. That's 6 minutes I'm never going to get back from my life again.
It's the process of creating food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, and then turning carbon dioxide into oxygen at the same time. At night though, they convert oxygen into carbon dioxide just like we do. Bonus answer. Never expected that.